Please note, views and opinions expressed in the course of this program do not represent that of WOTV. Therefore, this channel is not liable to any legal action that may result from this program.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí. Ẹ sì káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ọmọ Oòduà tó ń dé sójú ìwòran yín láti iléeṣẹ́ ìkànnì WOTV níbi tá a ti ń dábẹ́ ọdún tá a ti ń rọ̀ bí òwe. Mo jẹ́ pé ọba náà ló kú fórè fákùkọ tiwa o. Ẹ kú bójú ọjọ́ ti rí báwọn lọ́dọ̀ yín lọ́hùn. Ajé ti gbogbo ajẹ́ sọ́jà yín ti ta wàràwàrà torí pé tó dá mi lójú náà ni pé ọmọ ẹ̀ta ní kọ́kọ́ ta o kí gbogbo ọmọ ẹranko tó tà pátá. Àdúrà mi ni pé ajé àfilẹ̀ gbogbo wa sílé ògúngún sọ bòjá fọ̀dẹ́dẹ́gbọ́ ṣe gbogbo àwa òkùnkùn ní báláyé fọwọ́ táyé gẹ́gẹ́ tó ètò ọ̀hún náà ló tún balẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wàrà òjò sójú rẹ̀ yìí àwa wùn mí kẹ bá wá pèrè fìlẹ̀ abẹ́ máa fìdí tí a pèrè mọ́lẹ̀ kákọ́ lágbàmì ètò tòní ká máa bá kí ní ọ̀bọ̀ bàdí ṣe máa ń ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe tiwa tẹ́tí mọ̀ wá mọ̀ lánàá kó tó dùn ní. àdìgún lódodo ràwọ̀ yín náà rèé lórí ètò tòní bó bá ti wá yégun ó máa ń yọrẹ ni bó bá ti yá yẹn tẹ̀lé mi ẹja lọ lórí ètò tòní kájọ mọ bí kíní ọ̀hún kájọ mọ bó ti fẹ́ rí. ẹ máa bá mi láìkì o ẹ dẹ̀ máa ṣíà kẹ́ ẹ máa bá mi subscribe ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́ wa láké kí wọ́n gbọ́ wa lóko káwọn tó wá rògbò àga náà má bọ́ kí wọ́n bomi ọgbọ́n mu ń bẹ̀ torí pé ètò ọgbọ́n rèé níbẹ̀ náà láti jọ ń fúnra wa lómi ọgbọ́n mu ó ti yá ẹja tẹ̀síwájú lórí ètò tòní.
All right, my country people, on a good afternoon this afternoon as you join us for BBC Pidgin service. Where we did on woisele Zone 4 in Abuja. The house right there in front of me at the residence of the former governor of Kogi State, Governor Yahaya Bello. As we hear say EFCC operatives there in front of this place. They lace it for here because they want to arrest the governor on allegations of corruption. Remember say the governor, they don't charge him to court before. They accuse him of billions of naira allegation. But according to the papers where we see, according to papers where we don't see before, the EFCC been talk say the crime Yahaya Bello committed for September 2015. But that not some months before him assumed office as governor. And the current governor of Kogi State been replied the EFCC talk say they no get money where they lost for their account. I didn't talk say how they go accuse the former governor of thieving money when he never even assumed seat. As it be now, the EFCC operatives there, as you go see from my video, you will see the EFCC operatives they here. But to the way they get, we say members of the Nigerian police no degree allow the EFCC to gain access into this building. And also, supporters of the former governor, where they see here, and them plenty for here, they no agree make EFCC gain access into this building. So the EFCC they here, you can see they have gone, draw their weapon ready. While on this side, the Nigerian police they here, and also men of the, according to what I see, men of the special squad, special forces now waiting they ride for their caps. They here, they no agree say people go enter. Also policemen been there here also. I can also see some men of the I don't know what they call them, what they wear for body, NHFS. NHFSS, now what they write for their body. I don't know what that acronym stand for. But now so it be for here in Benghazi Street, for woisele Zone 4, for the residence of Yahaya Bello. Now here BBC Pidgin follow, they bring you this story, what they happen now. But recently, now, never today, when the governor, the former governor, Mr. Yahaya Bello, where also people they call him White Lion, he don't release statement. Say in call the Oga Patapata of EFCC, they tell him say make him call him men to order. In the talk say EFCC never invite him officially. Say he never get any official invitation from EFCC. We go warrant make them come in house like this. He also talk say everything where they allege say he never see him officially. Now waiting there for the current statement where Oga Yahaya Bello release. Nah, he never took when he released that statement. But as it be, he dey inside this house. The EFCC no go fit enter because in supporters and some members of the police no gree make them enter. The EFCC dey one side like this. You see as they see them like this, wearing all their gear, and then the police they also by one side like this. Their cars parked at the other side, and then all the plenty people where they see and are supporters of Oga Yahaya Bello. As you can see, also pressmen also they here. White Lion, according to in supporters. So now them they here. Now so it be for this place. Remember, say something like this been don't happen before. When the EFCC operatives stormed the house of former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, that time, then later, after they stay for a long time, they no agree enter. Later, they force themselves enter. They break the door, enter that day, come arrest Rochas Okorocha that day. And later, they arraign Okorocha for court. Court later grant Okorocha bail. The matter still there for court as we dey talk. So this one, it be like saying I repeat, but so far so good. The EFCC never fit enter. The men they here standing by, weapons drawn, as you can see, while on the other side, the Nigerian police they weapons drawn also, as you can see. That's what it be for here. If you follow me, you go see say plenty people where they support Oga Yahaya Bello, where people they call him White Lion. Plenty of his supporters don't crowd here. Small time they go start singing, chanting, calling his name, they sing in praise. But small time too, they go keep quiet if they're tired. So now what thing they happen here? The house where they see in front of me now, the house where Yahaya Bello, they stay inside. Now this house, in there inside now, according to Tori where we they get. In there inside this house, but EFCC no go fit enter. Come arrest them. Make we give you small background of these claims. Of the allegation where EFCC they put on top Oga Yahaya Bello head. For the matter, EFCC talk say Oga Yahaya Bello thief money will reach 80 billion naira from the what did they call her? From the Kogi State post. Seeing people here, they shout White Lion. For that case also, the EFCC been now 84 billion naira fraud. Be that in 84 billion where the EFCC they allege say Oga Yahaya Bello thief. According to the reports, the thing being happened September 2015. September 2015. But September 2015 now 4 months before Yahaya Bello was sworn into office. So in people they talk say how he go thief money when he never even become governor. No. Now waiting people they allege at the talk. Now waiting people they allege. Exactly. So the people they talk say courts never even talk. Say this thing happened. So why EFCC go they act the way that they act? For inside that charge, where they in front of Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Maitama, Abuja, 84 billion naira, 17 count charge of money laundering, breach of trust and misappropriation of funds, where EFCC they allege. For inside they add other two people, Ali Bello, Dauda Suleiman, and Yahaya Bello, and Abdul Salam Hudu. Now the 4 people where they join for that charge. So now so it be the matter still there for court, but the White Lion himself, whether they call Oga Yahaya Bello, as people they call him, he never even come court for one day for arraignment. He never come court. According to the charge sheet, they describe him as in the at large, where mean to say they never see him. So now he make EFCC come gather here now. They in front of this place say he go end today. Say today they go enter the house by force, take arrest Oga Yahaya Bello, as they do to woisele Okorocha. If you go remember that time when EFCC burst in house from Maitama, Abuja, by force, by fire, enter the house, arrest Okorocha. Now waiting, it be like saying waiting what happen here, but we never know how we go pan out. Now BBC Pidgin you day. We for like make we hear from any of the officials, perhaps maybe EFCC or police, but say none of them for here now go gree talk. Now the Ogapata, now them they usually talk. So none of them for here will agree talk. As I dey look here, I can see say some DSS officials they fit get access, enter the house, come out. But the EFCC people waiting for here, they no fit enter the house. You go see my Tory people also, Tory people where they like me, they here, they monitor waiting they happen. Go there, they monitor waiting they happen. For BBC Pidgin, now where you day, they bring you this broadcast today. Today will be Wednesday, the 18th day of, the 17th day of April 2024. Now for here we day, for Benghazi Street, we say Zone 4, Abuja, Nigeria. The thing they share, they say, former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, EFCC people talk say they must arrest him today by fire by force. They must break into his house, arrest him. They must break into his house, arrest him. So if you are just joining us, it be like say we could just do mouth here for small. But if you go for bbcpidgin.com, now there you go get the details of the story where they happen. Now there you go get pictures of waiting they happen. If any further developments happen, we could also do another live broadcast to update you of waiting don't happen. But as it be, now like this thing here.
Story, in spite of a substantial court order, officials of the EFCC are right now at the Abuja residence of the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, and we can see just about a little bit of pandemonium going on there between the forces, what looks like a detachment of EFCC men and other arms of security laid siege at the former governor of Kogi, Yahaya Bello's residence. Some movements there by cars and all manner of vehicles. Earlier, we spoke with our correspondent Ferdinand Duroha, and it seems to be a developing story regarding that scenario.
Of course, it looks like a bit of chaos and pandemonium going on our screens right now. The EFCC has barricaded off Yahaya Bello's residence. We're not sure who exactly is in this Hilux vehicle. I'm sure it will be revealed very soon. Angry shouts, not sure if it's supporters running off the operatives or if they are assisting them. This looks like an official car of some sort. Who is inside? We are not too sure as well, but we would assume that things are going smoothly as they try to get Yahaya Bello from his residence. These are live images right now from Abuja. The EFCC is present and has barricaded off the residence of former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello. Details will be emerging as exactly what the situation is and whether or not he is the one in the car and whether he is heading to EFCC offices as we would assume protocol would be. There seems to be some tear gas or terrible exhaust. It sounds like gunshots as well. We're hoping things stay safe, but it honestly looks like the chaos is ramping up.
It is ramping up, and it's assuming a wider, not too comfortable dimension in that regard. Both roads or both thoroughfare has been cordoned off by the contingent of EFCC men at the moment. And a statement by the media office of former Governor Yahaya Bello, which says that despite a subsisting order of injunction granted on 9th February this year by the High Court of Justice Lokoja Division in a suit between the former governor and the EFCC are restraining the commission either by itself or its agents from harassing, arresting, detaining, or prosecuting Alhaji Yahaya Bello, pending the hearing and determination of a substantive fundamental rights enforcement action. Now, well, if anything, going by what we're seeing right now, the EFCC action is not going by that court injunction so far. The EFCC was also duly served with that order on the 12th of February this year, and on the 26th of February 2024, which it filed that appeal. The EFCC versus Alhaji Yahaya Bello against the said order to the Court of Appeal Abuja Division. The appeal was also accompanied by a motion for stay of execution of the order of the High Court, which the Court of Appeal adjourned for hearing till the 22nd day of April 2024. And of course, you want to say?
Yes, and it is, once again, you're watching Newsday. We are tuned in live to scenes from Abuja outside of former Kogi Governor Yahaya Bello. The EFCC has barricaded themselves. They are present on the scene, and chaos has, of course, ensued. The EFCC had earlier dragged Yahaya Bello and his nephew, Dauda Suleiman and Abdul Salam Hudu before Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja in an amended charge in March 24, 2024 over alleged 84 billion naira worth of money laundering. Well, it seems the EFCC has been very busy in the last couple of days apprehending individuals well known within our society. Yahaya Bello is now the focus of this particular situation. They are shouting, that we saw earlier, tear gas, trying to disperse some individuals. Shaky camera lens aside, it seems that we are right outside of the residence, and there are quite a few people still around. There are gunshots. We are unclear whether or not Yahaya Bello is in the building or in one of those cars. We are assuming that they are trying to take him to the EFCC building for further questioning or whatever the protocol may be.
We also need to add that contrary to the injunction which was given by the court, the EFCC had, or rather the judgment in the substantive case between Yahaya Bello and the EFCC is to be delivered at 12 noon today in Lokoja. So it's a bit of a miscommunication here. We don't know exactly whether that has been enforced in Lokoja and what we're seeing here right now in Abuja. Okay, so there was to be a substantive, the case rather, a judgment was supposed to be given at 12 noon today in the former governor's homestead. But what we're seeing here in Abuja is, a bit of a mixed grill here.
Yeah, and we see a rabble-rouser trying to whip up the sentiments of the crowd. It seems things are still quite chaotic, but that is usually what happens when the EFCC comes to your doorstep. They have barricaded themselves outside of the house of Yahaya Bello, former Kogi State Governor. These are from charges stemming from, of course, money laundering and the sort.
So, and if I may also add, you can't help but think there's a bit of, we have our correspondent Ferdinand Durua to give us an update. Ferdinand, it's good to have you with us. Yes. Chaotic scenes, no doubt. What more can you tell us?
Yes. It's now live from the scene. Ferdinand, thank you for joining us once again. Can you give us any updates since the last time we spoke?
Well, Well, I'm trying to look for the best expression, but well, we could still want to say as we were since the last time that we spoke, well, concerning the operatives of the EFCC trying to execute an arrest, and then also the security operatives of the former governor Yahaya Bello somewhat resisting that arrest, saying there's a subsisting court injunction stopping anybody from indeed harassing or arresting the governor. So that's exactly where we are. And then we did tell you that about 30 minutes ago, the governor of Kogi State, he did come in and, of course, walked into the premises to have a discussion with the former governor. And then also, well, just before he came in, we did see some scramble, and that's because before then, well, the operatives of the EFCC had cordoned the premises sort of, well, blocked the entrance to the street and also the exit, but the governor needed to come through, and so they asked them to move their vehicles. Well, there was a situation, but then they moved the vehicles, and right now, we're just a couple of minutes ago, well, we had the governor's aide, the present governor's aide, speaking with the EFCC operatives, telling them that they would want them to move their vehicle away from the building so that the governor can indeed exit. Now the question is, will he be exiting with the former governor Yahaya Bello, or perhaps will he just be leaving and then allowing, or what perhaps happens after he leaves? Well, that's exactly what we do not know. But then, like I talked about, we did see some, we've talked about the presence of various security operatives. Well, one of them from the EFCC, and then also some of them from the EFCC, and then some of them from the former governor, former governor's aides, and then also, well, the aides of the present governor. So these are the security forces at play, and we just hope that at the end of the day, somehow reasoning will prevail, and let's see things not go chaotic.
All right, Ferdinand, in hindsight, what would be the likely procedure if the EFCC wants to effect an arrest of this nature? It's quite chaotic what we're looking at right now. So do you have an inkling of what it'll take, maybe an arrest warrant, as it were?
Oh yes, you definitely do. You definitely need an arrest warrant to execute such arrest, and then for a situation where the person, who you are trying to arrest has, one or two security guards, just like we talked about in the last time that we saw this kind of a situation in the case of the former governor of Imo State, woisele as well. They asked, based on the court warrant, based on the warrant, well, they asked the former governor's aide then to stand down. But that is exactly something that we haven't seen. We haven't seen any of them stand down. We haven't seen any of them. Well, not the former governor Yahaya Bello's aides, not the EFCC, and definitely for the sitting governor, we do not expect his own, security details to stand down. Well, in terms of in terms of a court warrant, well, we have also made efforts to reach out to the EFCC, speak to them, but sadly, the operatives here have told us that they are just operational staff, and they are here for an operation. They are definitely not speaking to the media, and I think that's exactly where the lacuna is. If they speak with the media, we will be able to understand what exactly is happening, to know exactly if they do have that legal authority to effect that arrest as things stand. But right now, they are not speaking to us. We've also tried to reach out to the media persons at the head office, and also we haven't really received any information as well. So for now, all we see are people going around with the kind of weapons that we see brandishing, high caliber weapons. So on the Nigerian streets, very, very chaotic situation.
We're hoping that the laughs don't soon turn into running and chaos, because as soon as the shouts escalate, the anxiety in people's chest goes up. But we do realize that there are some times that these scenes go awry. If we think back to the arrest or the attempted arrest of former Senator Rochas Okorocha back in 2002, where EFCC also stormed his house. We remember those scenes were not only scary, but they took quite a long time. So we assume that these individuals will still be outside trying to sort out Yahaya Bello and get him out of the house. So in terms of the atmosphere and how long it might take to do these things, do you have any other ideas of a precedent where individuals were tried to get fished out by EFCC and about how long it would take for all of that to occur? All right, Ferdinand, I was talking about how long you think this whole situation would take. Do you plan to be out there for hours?
It's a pity I really can't hear you, but just to give you a little details of some of the other things that have happened, let me also let you know that in terms of chaotic situation, yes, a couple of canisters here and there in terms of tear gas. Well, and we also see some persons, they have identified themselves as citizens of Kogi State, and what it means is that they're also here trying to also lend their own voices, saying that they do not think the former governor has committed any crime, particularly in terms of financial misappropriation, to allow the EFCC to win in the way it's done. But that's some of the other details that perhaps we've also witnessed here. Sadly, I lost audio and can't really hear you.
Well, hopefully. Ferdinand, can you give us an explanation of what exactly is going on over there?
All right, thank you so much. And as much as we can let you know, well, we are in woisele Zone 4, and it's supposedly the residence of the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, where we see EFCC officials trying to execute an arrest. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Sadly, well, we have not been able to, get any of them to speak to us, and that's because, as far as they are concerned, it is about, executing the warrants that they have. Now, we're speaking to some of the associates of the former governor who say they have presented, some legal documents to them in terms of a court order trying to restrict any harassment on the governor, which was gotten sometime 2 months ago, precisely in February. But the EFCC officials are adamant, and as far as they are concerned, they have to prosecute the arrest today.
Ferdinand, why is this, if this court order, is in place, what is this what looks like the apparent disregard for the judiciary in this case? Can you make any sense of it based on what you're hearing or seeing on ground?
All right, well, let's say this is not the first time we're getting to see things like this. Well, a couple of years back, well, we were at the residence of, the former governor of Imo State, to be precise, Rochas Okorocha, and, things took a similar tone. The EFCC officials are coming very early in the morning, saying they want to, effect an arrest. The former governor then, presenting some papers and saying, well, there is a court order restricting you from, arresting me or harassing me or any member of my families. But we all know exactly how it ended. Well, it took some hours, 5, 6 hours, 7 hours or thereabout, and then at about 5 p.m. later in the evening, that invasion took place. Now, that's exactly what the script looks like at this point. But then we want to believe that in terms of our democracy, we would have seen some kind of advancement to ensure that everybody behaves like a gentleman. If there is a court order, we believe that the lawyer should be able to talk things through. And if there's any reason for the governor to visit the EFCC, to visit the commission, well, he should do that as a gentleman, and then they should move on. And then if there are court orders, well, it's all about going to the magistrate, and the magistrate making things clear. And that's exactly what we see from experience. But
all right, our time is fast spent very quickly. Ferdinand, can you confirm, is the former governor home, or are any of his representatives home? Who is there? And from the inside of the compound, what's happening on the inside of the compound?
Well, from what we, from we couldn't confirm if he's home or not, but from what we go from the representatives, well, their lawyers approached the EFCC, presented documents that they have, a document showing that a court barring the EFCC from making any arrest. Now, that's exactly what we were told, that that happened at about 9:30, 10:30 thereabout, and since then, well, it's been over 2 hours, and the EFCC are not here. So what that tells us is that there seemingly is no headway as regards that. Now, we can't confirm if he's home, but trust me, these officials do not just come out. They come out with good information and then good intel. So if that hunch is clear, then that means the former governor might be in his residence. But that's not to say, well, we've seen some other things happen. I remember some time ago, we remember the EFCC being at the home of the former Senate president, and then, well, he actually makes he actually used some other routes to vacate the premises. So nobody knows for now. We will just sit by and watch the drama play out. I hope we don't get to see silly things happening. I'm already a little prepared as regards tear gas and things like that, because we've seen canisters being thrown at us before. So this is not the first time, but we just hope that things will take a civil, shape.
We know you're definitely prepared, but please take care of yourself. Safety first. @Rise correspondent Ferdinand Duro.
tó ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ ẹ kú òtòtò ní ẹ rí pé tó ọ̀hún dùn ó lárin ní onígbọ́ngbọ́n nú ẹ o bàbá ti ṣèlérí àwa la sọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹ a kì í ṣe àsọ̀rọ̀ dànù èyí tá a bá ti sọ fún yín dandan ni pé ká mú ṣẹ tó kò ní jù báyìí lọ o kì í pọ̀ kó dùn ṣókí báyìí òun náà lọ́bẹ̀ oge àmọ́ àwa làwa ò máa wá ẹ̀yin náà làwa ò máa bá ẹ má gbàgbé ẹ máa bá ń like ètò kẹ́ ẹ máa bá ń share o bákan náà ẹ máa bá ń subscribe ká lè jọ máa pọ̀ sí nítorí pé wọ́n ní ọmọ yọyọ ní nílé aládì tó títí wá dìgbà míì táwọn máa fojú níjú lórí ìkànnì Wo TV Àdìgún olódòdó ra wọn ni mò ń jẹ́ ìjípò ní mi ọmọ àdìtú ọmọ adábàá ọmọlájẹkújẹ lọ́wọ́ máa fọ̀gọ̀ sàárà kú mẹ́jẹ kú mẹ́lùkú ìjẹun tó ń ti ní bàbá tèmi lọ́mú lẹ́gùn rí ọ̀tá ọmọ jẹ́jọ òun dágbére fún yín pé ká sùn kájí láyọ̀ o.
Please note, views and opinions expressed in the course of this program do not represent that of Wo TV. Therefore, this channel is not liable to any legal action that may result from this program.